It's the gang from Inside NASCAR. Kyle Petty, Michael Waltrip, Brad Doherty. I'm Chris Myers, and we're on the web. Of course, you can watch Wednesday nights on Showtime after Inside the NFL, but 6 races to go before we crown a champion in Charlotte. Familiar territory for the guys. What kind of race can we expect?
It'll be quite a different race than what we saw in Kansas, I think. We saw a lot of guys slipping and sliding, searching for grip at Kansas. That track's slippery. Charlotte's not. The thing's banked high, and the cars really stick in the turn, so you might see flat-out speed come into play. And when we talk about flat-out speed these days in NASCAR, we talk Fords. People just seem to believe that the Fords have a little bit more power, maybe an aero package advantage, but when you just try to go fast, a Ford's the fastest. And after what we saw out of Carl Edwards last week, what do you think, Kyle?
Yeah, I think the Ford started strong on the mile-and-a-half racetracks, and obviously Kansas is a flat mile racetrack, and you bring up a great point when you talk about the banking at Charlotte. And as we know, Charlotte gets faster and faster and faster. It's very track or temperature sensitive, so the later we get into the night, the faster that place goes. And if it does become a speed racetrack, more so than a handling racetrack, then I think you got to look at everybody that's got that blue oval on their car.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you guys, being at Kansas this weekend, watching that 48 car, they've picked up some horsepower. There's no doubt about it. That car was so fast, and we're going to be here at Charlotte, run 190 miles an hour off into the corner at this racetrack. I think that 48 car is primed to reestablish its dominance at Charlotte. They're going to be super fast. I think Jimmy Johnson goes to the victory lane there.
I agree with Brad. They picked up some horsepower somewhere lately.
Yeah, they did.
And we saw it at Kansas, but we also saw Jeff Gordon blow up his engine, Jimmy Johnson's teammate. And, you know, when you're owning an organization like Rick Hendrick and you put 4 engines in those cars and it's something new, a little bit more power, and one of them blows up, the first thing you're going to look at is we got to bring this thing back in or not.
And when's the last time you saw a Hendrick motor blow up?
That's true.
We saw the Gibbs stuff blow up early in the year. Now, when's the last time? They've kind of backed off and rolled off their stuff. And when I say blow up, I don't mean drop a valve, break a valve spring. I don't mean stuff like, I mean come out the bottom like Jeff's car. Come out. That's a totally different type of blow up.
So he likes Jimmy in Charlotte. Who do you like? Who are you predicting?
I like Kyle Busch. I want to say Carl Edwards. I sort of led myself toward Carl Edwards with the Ford deal, but I just feel like that Kyle's unheard of, and he's getting tired. You know, he hadn't heard a lot out of him, and he's getting tired of it, and he's going to step up.
He's running out of time.
Okay, since this is on the web and nobody really watches this, then I'm going to go way over on a limb. I'm going to go with Casey Kane.
Casey Kane, who had a chance.
He's won
the way
3 times.
He's run the last 2 or 3 weeks, and where he's at. I just think Charlotte's his kind of racetrack. He runs good over here.
A non-chaser.
That's not who I'm going to pick.
I know we don't like that.
To the public, that's not who I'm going to pick, because this is just web people and they don't matter.
This is the inside crowd.
Where do you like to watch your internet?
What do you
mean? Where do I like to watch my internet?
If you know what I mean.
If you know what I mean.
What do you mean by web? What do you mean by web people?
Web people. They live in their basement. They eat chips and they live off soft drinks.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Hey, their fingers turn orange from the Cheetos.
Real quick, he's 4th in the points. What do we make of Brad Keselowski still? Hey, a rookie for the chase in terms of being in the mix.
Absolutely for real, without question. That Dodge is really strong. Brad Keselowski's been remarkable the last 10. Can he win it? No, I don't think he's quite. I don't think quite has the maturity to win.
No, I don't think he can win it. But I'm going to say, got to the chase. Those 6 races before the chase, I thought, God, how can anybody stay this hot? He stayed that hot. And I think so. Then I think you have to you got to look at those 6 races and say that's not a hot streak.
No,
that's just being
legit.
They are legitimate. That's a legitimate team.
But you got to win in the chase to win the championship. I believe.
Okay, he's got a great personality.
All right, who does?
I think Brad Keselowski, and you guys are okay too. Find out more about their personalities. Jimmy Johnson is on our most recent show, so join us when you can for
Inside NASCAR
on the web in your basement on
Showtime.
Coming to America.
Eat some Cheetos.
Hi, I'm Brad Keselowski. Watch Inside NASCAR on Showtime.
Inside NASCAR, all new Wednesdays at 10, 9 Central on Showtime.